All right, we're about to discuss a specific way to get below market deals on cars, new cars, used cars, leases. You're going to follow this process, and if you follow this process, I guarantee you every single time you will be able to guarantee yourself that you paid less than everyone else. It's a seven-step process. First step is, I call it the most important question, which is how many years are you going to keep your next car? Second step is we do an equity assessment. Equity assessment is for those of you who have a vehicle now that you're going to be replacing. You have to maximize that value on the market. Then we go into structuring our deal. We do a little simple budgeting, and we don't do what everyone else does when it comes to budgeting. They budget to find out how much they can spend. We don't budget like that. We budget to determine what a great deal should be. That's how we budget. It's called deal focused budgeting. What is a great deal on that lease? What is a great deal on if we do a purchase? How do we make sure we're shopping below our max so we never go over our max? Then we move into checking, is our step I call shopping, not buying. We choosing what we want. We don't let anyone rush us into choosing what we want. You're about to spend 5 or 6 figures, some of you, on this next vehicle. We make sure we pick a vehicle that we're going to love. So we don't want to go around and get a great deal and then turn around and we look at our cars in the shop every 3 months. Like a couple years ago, Range Rover, Maseratis, no matter what deal you got, it didn't matter because literally the car was in the shop every 3 months. Then we move into getting offers online. And then we move into paperwork and then we take delivery. Very simple. This is the 7-step process I want you to learn, and I'm going to walk you through. And this is the process that guarantees you pay less. So everything you'll be learning on this stream will be out of one of those 7 steps. We got Sheila on the first. She's the first question on TikTok. And this whole stream is sponsored by my new digital book. It's called Cars from Home, 7 Steps to Saving Time, Money, and Avoiding Dealerships. So you can get a copy for 75% off. It's normally $97. In my Instagram or TikTok bios, you can get your copy for 75% off for 30 minutes. And on Facebook and YouTube, we have a comment pinned for you. You can actually just click that link, grab your copy for the next 30 minutes. You won't pay the normal $97. You'll have the whole blueprint step by step. But let's go. Let's get these questions going and start typing your questions, everybody. Dolan's going to pull them in. So Sheila Reed says, should I pay a down payment or pay it towards the loan? Great question. When we're purchasing, you always must separate the purchase of your vehicle from who you're getting your loan from. This is super important. There's 3 different transactions that you may have been programmed to give a car dealership. Buying a car from them, 1 transaction. Giving your loan to them, letting them get you the loan, another transaction. And if you trade your car, which is a curse word here, we don't trade, that's a 3rd transaction. You need to separate these and bid them out. So when we are shopping for, Sheila, whatever car you're shopping for, your first mission is to find the dealer who's going to sell you that car at the lowest price. Every dealer has a different price. Now, you may have been taught, well, every dealer is about the same price. They're not. They are totally different. They compete with each other. And when you start to talk to these people, by the way, everything we do here when it comes to getting these offers is online. So don't worry about, oh, do we have to walk into these dealers? Who hates walking into dealers? Type me if you would rather walk into the dentist than walk into a car dealer. Type me. You don't have to worry about walking into the car dealers because everything you're going to be doing now, I see you, Marjam, is going to be online. And online, you're in control. It's extremely tough, almost impossible to make a bad decision. So what you're doing, Sheila, is saying, all right, shopping for my car is different than shopping for my loan. And when you get a house, your monthly payment, your interest rate, that's all worked out separately from your house purchase. You notice that? All we're doing is bringing the way we shop for houses to the way we shop for cars. We are separating these things because there's money in loans. So what you'll see, Sheila, is if you go and you find a car that you want to shop every single car. This is very important. Every car you see, you should be getting an all-in price. If you are shopping, not for those of you who are leasing, if you are purchasing, the only way you want to shop is all-in prices. So you're calling dealers. If you're doing it my way in my book, you're not even talking to dealers. You are actually just doing this online, typing, getting multiple offers. But if you are doing it your way, if you're doing it, if you're like Deshone, all right, I don't have a book, but what's another way I can do it? You pick up the phone. You are only asking for all-in offers, taxes, fees, everything. So I'm going to recommend you get 5 offers. Why? Because when you get 5 offers, you're going to see they're so different. It's going to shock you. You're going to be like, wow, how could one dealer be saying this is $5,000 more, this deal is $5,000 less, this deal is $4,000 less, this deal is $7,000 less. What the heck? These prices are this different? Yes, they are. So with new cars, you are shopping all in prices. Used cars, you are shopping all in prices, and then you are now saying, okay, I found my best offer. Who am I getting my loan from? And you're going to get your loan. You're going to bid out your loan. I'm going to give you a secret that not only do car dealers not want you to know what I'm about to tell you, banks don't either, because they're making money on you not knowing this. The credit bureaus allow you to have multiple lenders run your credit in a 14 to 45 day period, but you have to do it the right way. Every time you have a hard pull on your credit, it's going to lower your credit score when it reports. That's just natural. But if you shop multiple banks and credit unions within this rate window, you can actually have 10 to 20 to 30, an unlimited number of people compete for your loan, pull your credit with a hard score, and it will weigh on your credit the same as one hard inquiry. That is a process we call the bank bidding war. This is how you guarantee. How many of you have questioned, be honest, questioned if you got a good interest rate? Type a $sign. If you've left a dealership and you've questioned, man, I wonder if I got a good interest rate. Type $signs. If you've ever asked yourself that, you probably overpaid. And the way I want you to make sure you never overpay again is to use this strategy. You separate. So all right, dealers are going to want you to take on the spot delivery. They're going to try to go off your emotions. Hey, you can take it tonight. I need you to, once you find your car, you know what? Let me put a deposit on it. Let me go and get my financing in order. You're now going to come home. You're going to shop banks and lenders online. And I have them in my book. I recommend, I give you the links. But you can go online, you can call your bank, you can call. Now that's the first round. And then we give the dealer a chance to beat it. Some people say, you've been told, oh, I'm never going to give the dealer. You're losing by not giving the dealer a chance to beat it. Now, here's what you don't want to do. Don't let the dealer be your first offer or your only offer. That leads to no price assurance. But the way we're talking about, Sheila, you're going to have, I need you, Sheila, to have guarantees. I need you to be empowered. Empowered is guaranteed. That's when I can say to you, Sheila, you think you got a good deal? You can say, Deshone, I guarantee I got a good deal because I got multiple offers for the vehicle I was shopping for. They were so different. I know I picked the best one. I sat at home, literally. I looked at these offers. This one dealer blew everybody else away. Then what I did was I shopped my interest in my loan separately, and I had all of these banks competing for me. Notice the way I'm teaching you to shop, you're the prize. All the days of begging, oh, can you take off another $1,000? Come on, you're gonna lose business for another $500. Those days are over. Those days are absolutely over. Now you're the prize. You're the ones the banks and lenders are competing for. You feel like, man, I didn't know all of these people wanted my business. The car business doesn't want you to know all of those people want your business, but you have to change the way you shop. Unlearn the old way and focus only on what I'm telling you. Okay? Separate your transactions and you will embed each one out. You're guaranteed to win. And that's how you drive off, knowing you got the lowest interest rate on the market, knowing you got the lowest price on the market. That's how you do it. Okay? Welcome to the stream, everybody on TikTok. If you are enjoying just that first question, we got a lot more questions to go to. Could y'all just tap the screen? Every time y'all tap the screen, y'all see the likes run up. TikTok sends a message out to everybody that, hey, something must be going on over here that more people need to see. So just you're spending time with us. You hear something you like, just tap the screen 3, 4, 5 times, and y'all will keep running the likes up. Let's go, Dolan. Shoot the next one in. All right. This is from TikTok as well. And make sure to type your questions in, y'all. We're live on 4 platforms right now. Is there any negotiation on leases as far as monthly payments without putting money down? This is a great question. Absolutely. Absolutely. There is major negotiations on leases. Let me show you something right now. And you guys can't see this, but you can see it if you're on YouTube. We do the recaps. I can't share images with you here, but on Instagram, you can. I mean, on YouTube, you can see this. So give you an idea. This is let's go. Where's Rosalie's deal? All right, Rosalie's deal. She just picked up a 2024 QX60. This is a $60,000 vehicle. Now, when Rosalie came to me, she did not believe that she can get a deal anywhere near her old deal. Now, she is a hard negotiator. She takes care of all the purchases for her family. And she was like, Deshone, the market's so different. There's absolutely no way. I know the dealers who I used to buy from, when I went in there for my new price, it was so different than what I used to pay. I said, Rosalie, forget about that dealer. You're going to now go to the market and you're going to realize that within 100 miles of you, there's probably 15 Infinity dealers. And you're going to talk to all of them online, not even talk, because we don't talk. And you're going to talk to them by email, and you are going to, you'll see somebody's going to beat everybody, guaranteed. So she trusted the process. She said the dealer in PA who quoted 669 requoted at 610. Inquired about multiple security deposits, which I told her about. Some of you may not be familiar with that. But before she ended up closing the deal, at $592 a month on a $60,000 vehicle. $60,000. That's what we call, this is how we judge leases. I want every one of you to remember this, because if you don't remember this, you'll go out, you'll sign a bad lease deal. The 1% rule to know if you got a great lease deal has been around for decades. It has been around way before I started in the car business, and it'll be around way after I'm done. When you look at a brand new car, when you're leasing, you want to look at that MSRP, and you want to say, okay, the MSRP is $40,000. If you only want to get your quotes at 12,000 miles per year, you can adjust this later. 12,000 miles per year, first month's payment only out of pocket, 3-year lease. We never do 4-year leases. Some of you, like Deshone, but the commercial says I have to put down $3,000 plus taxes and fees. Don't worry about the commercials. The dealers are going to work the deal you tell them to work. If you go in and say, hey, give me the commercial deal, then they're going to say, here. If you go in and say, hey, what's the best you can do on this car? Then they're going to say, here, $2,000 down plus taxes and fees. You'll end up about $5,000. If you go in and say that, that's what you're going to get. What we do is we tell the dealers how to give us the offer. First month's payment only out of pocket, put the taxes and fees in the payment, 12,000 miles per year. If the lease offer is under 1%, so $40,000 vehicle, under $400 a month, that's a steal. If it's over 1.5, it's no value there. I added up. I saw people overpaying for leases, and they never knew it. If you take your MSRP, and what is an overpayment for a lease? You're paying too much for a vehicle you're giving back. It's that simple. Leasing is a value play. When I was 22 and I drove a $20,000 Pontiac G6 for $256 a month. That was major value. My friends were driving pre-owned cars that were, I mean, new cars. They were paying $500 a month because a $20,000 vehicle, 20 plus taxes and fees, close to 500. I always drove ridiculous cars, and people like, Deshone, you always got a new car, and they probably think I'm paying $700,000-$800,000 a month. I'm driving $45,000 Infinity. I paid $345 a month. My highest Infinity was $365 a month. It was a $45,000 car. So everyone who was taught never lease, be honest. Type me if you were taught never lease, because I'm sure this is shocking you. But if you give me some time here, I'll explain to you why all of the people who taught you never lease, they really owe you money. They really owe you money because they've cost you money. And there's no doubt in my mind, I would put that up against anybody. Like, leasing is for people who don't keep cars long enough. I see you, Monique. I was taught never lease. Look, I see you, Marjan, Mom. Okay. I see you, Thomas Arrington. You were taught never lease. Somebody told you, if you heard Sean, I was taught never lease a car. Mark Herrera, I was taught, okay. Look at all these people. Sandra J. Look, Godzilla Breath. Look, OVIC, me too. Look at all the people who were taught never to lease. Look, Charles Boyd, never lease. Look, I've been watching this for years. I saw the videos of Dave Ramsey going viral saying, hey, leasing is the most expensive way to own a car. That's ignorance. It's not a lie because he believes that. If he didn't believe it, then it'd be a lie. But he believes that. It's ignorance. He doesn't understand that when you compare a person who keeps their cars 8 years, look at this. Let me just go a little deeper on this real quick. Shout out to the sheriffs. Could everybody, if you're enjoying this on TikTok, I need y'all to run these likes up. I need y'all just tapping the screen. If you like Deshone, yo, this dude going in. We need more people over here. Your friends need to be here. Your friends are in dealerships right now making bad decisions. I guarantee you that. Every one of you know one person right now who is in a dealership making a bad decision right now as we speak, you and I. So shout out to the sheriffs. Could y'all hit the share button, bring a friend over here, and let's go deeper on this whole leasing thing. And I'm going to prove to you very quickly why, if you are supposed to lease but you bought, you cannot get a good deal. It's over. Now, we'll talk more about mileage and all of that. You can get high mileage leases, all of these myths that I know. But once I saw all of y'all say, Deshone, I was taught never lease, I'm like, okay, let's spend a little bit more time going deeper on this. Let me explain this to you. Let's look at Charles' deal. Let's look at Charles' deal on his here we go. Let's look at on his Palisade. Okay. Charles got a 1.23, we call it a 1.23 lease on a Palisade. Now, this is a $48,000 Palisade, Hyundai Palisade. Very popular vehicle. During the pandemic, it was the top 5 most popular SUVs. It had just come out. That and the Kia Telluride. Dealers were charging 10 grand over sticker form, $900 a month to lease them. So Charles comes in. He gets a good value lease, $48,000 vehicle. His payment's $597 a month. Now, I'm going to ask you a question. I want to see who's new here, and I want to see who knows this. Every $5,000 on a loan is about how much per month? Every $5,000 on a loan is about how much per month? Nope, not 30. Marjan Mom, $100. Great job. Great job. Every now keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. When you go look at a car, if you see $20,000, I want you thinking, okay, that's about $400 a month. If you see a $40,000 car to purchase, if you're looking at a used car and it's like, okay, that's $30,000, that's going to be about $600 a month. 5-year loan. Because if they come to you and say, okay, well, we get you to 400, they're trying to stretch you out, give you a 7-year loan. That's the only way. You got to know how these numbers work. And I want to give you these kind of anchors. Every $5,000 on a loan is about $100 a month. So when we look at Charles' deal, let's go back to Charles. We can see he has a $48,000 vehicle. Once his taxes and fees are in, let's round it out to about 50. Let's say he got a little discount, whatever. Let's say he rounds up about 50. That's $1,000 a month to buy. That's $1,000 a month to buy. That's why when you see people buy, they want a low payment. What do they have to do? Drop a ton of money down, because it's no way to slice it. And if you're going to go do a no money down deal on a new purchase, and I like to always teach you how to look at these deals with no money down. Most of the deals that I make, that people who listen to me make, you'll see Charles, he said, look, we do no money down. And so it's easy to compare the deals when you're doing no money down. When they start telling you, okay, well, you need to put this in, people forget about that. They'll say, okay, yeah, I'm only paying $600 a month. They won't tell you they put down $18,000 though. That part just, so now let's look at this. $1,000 a month to purchase. Now, give you an example. He's paying $597 on his lease. Drove off, got his mileage, $597 a month versus $1,000. Now let's say he had incredible skills. He's getting bids. Let's say somehow he saves $10,000 off a new Palisade, one of the most popular vehicles in the world. He saves $10,000 off it. So instead of 50, he's at 40. What's the payment on that, people? He gets an incredible once-in-a-lifetime deal that no one is getting. What's the payment? $40,000. Remember the rule we just talked about. Every 5,000 is, thank you, old Vic, $800. And that's a slam dunk. If anybody came home and said, hey, man, I just saved $10,000 off of Palisade. They took 20% off for me. So that would be, he's still $800 a month. They stretch him out to a 6-year loan. Okay, maybe $700 a month. He's paying $597. Let's go now. Let's give you one more scenario. And this is all to prove to you that if you purchase when you should have leased, thousands of dollars are coming out your household that didn't have to. Let's go with a pre-owned scenario. Let's say some people like Deshone, I was taught never buy a new car. If I buy, I'm buying pre-owned. Cool. New Palisade's $50,000, $48,000. Let's say he finds a pre-owned one for about $30,000. Is that fair? Can we type fair? Is that fair? $48,000 new. I get a pre-owned one about $30,000, not $20,000 off. Fair? I want you to see that Deshone's being very conservative here. I'm not trying to skew the numbers. Conservative. Thank you. Old Vic is 8 steps ahead of me. He's like, that's $600 a month. Thank you. So now let's look at the net money coming out of our households. We got a great deal on a pre-owned vehicle, knocked 20% off of it. 3-year-old one, found it for $30,000, payment $600 a month for 5 years. Got an incredible once-in-a-lifetime, never heard of $10,000 discount off the new one, payments $800 a month. He's paying $597. Now, when does it make sense to purchase then? If he's keeping the vehicle long enough to pay it off and now have no depreciation, he's won now. Because if I'm paying $800 a month and you're paying $597 a month, you're beating me. It's no way we're in the same vehicle. Imagine we pull up next to each other. Hey, you got the Palisade too? Yeah, I purchased mine. Oh yeah, I'm paying $800 a month. What are you paying? Man, I'm paying $597. I lease it. Oh, wait, we got the same car though. Yeah, man. That's what I experienced in my career when I was 22. I'm seeing my friends paying double than me. Driving, and then let's not forget that used car. Where's the warranty on that used car, y'all, for $600 a month? Where's the warranty? Maybe 1 year, right? Where's the warranty on the new car that you purchased? 3 years. When you're leasing, always under warranty. So, and we'll talk about the high mileage. Mileage is no problem. You just choose your mileage. That's all you do. They were told, hey, Deshone, what about the mileage? You just pick the mileage you need. Because the misconception, and then we'll go to the next question. The misconception is you don't pay for mileage when you buy. I'm going to prove that wrong to you right now. And again, the people who told you this, it's not that they were lying to you. They don't know. It's not malicious. They just simply don't know. If I gave you a $40,000 car right now, park it outside your house. Come back a year later, you're like, Deshone, I don't need the car. I already got a car. Everybody in my house got a car. I can't use it. You said, well, I'm leaving you the car. I come back a year later. What's that $40,000 car worth? You didn't drive it. You never touched it. You never even drove it. What is the car worth? Throw some numbers out. $40,000 car, park it right outside your house. It's yours. We come back a year later. It has 1 mile on it. What's that car worth? So I see we got thinking. Okay, 35. That's a good. I like that. Remember, old Vic, no miles on it. 32 could be, depends on how much it depreciates. It's not worth 40,000 anymore, Monique. It's not worth it. It's not worth 40,000 anymore. You can't say, well, I didn't drive the car. The car is not worth 40 anymore. In fact, look, Michelle said 30. Lawrence said 27. Now, some of these estimates are with average miles. So some of you you're like, a year later, average miles, it would be worth 8,000 less. Correct. You're getting the point. You are getting the point. Depreciation. You can't take a car back in 1 month and it's worth the same thing you paid for it. So here is what I want y'all to remember about this whole lease. And this is why this is the first step. In my book, when you open the book up, the first step is the most important question. It's the leasing versus buying question. How many years are you going to keep the next vehicle? If it's more than 8, because we need to see how are we going to beat depreciation, which is what I call the unseen expense. So this is how, when people say, I don't like the lease because I can't drive, I want to drive as much as I want. We just said if we buy it for 40, we come back a year later, no miles, it's worth 32. Michelle, I think, said 35. Let's say it's 35. I never drove it. You only lost 5,000. What happens if we drive it 12,000 miles a year? I mean, in 1 year. It goes from 40 to 32. What happens if we drive it 18,000 miles in 1 year? This is what the depreciation when you own a car changes with how much you drive. Let's say you're doing Uber. You put 40,000 miles on it in 1 year. Come back a year later, you paid 40 for it. Come back a year later, man, I put 40,000 miles on it. What's that car worth? Maybe 22, maybe 23, 24. You're killing the value of the car based on your usage. So from now on, you understand that not only do you pay for your miles when you purchase, you pay for your miles even if you don't drive the car. You can have a car out there, you own it. Don't mean it's not depreciating. I don't drive it that much. Doesn't mean it's not depreciating. So the goal with purchasing is to get to a point where you've owned the vehicle long enough and it's barely depreciated. Some of you, let us know if you have a vehicle outside that you've had for at least 10 years. Type the number of years. I want to see if you got a vehicle outside that you've had for at least 10 years. Let us know. Not even 9, 10 years. Let us know how many years you've owned that vehicle. And we're going to wrap this point up. All right, CCB has one. She's had it for 9 years. Okay. Let's see. Okay, Sheila has one. She's had it for 14 years. Hercules has a 2002 Sequoia. Justin Goodwin has had a car for 14 years. Charles Boyd, he has one for 20 years. Okay. Nor has 11 years. Look, Don Miller, 9 years. We're getting ready to prove this point. Deborah Fountain Kent, 13 years. Look, Monique Hopkins, almost 10, 9 years. Lexus, watch this. All of you have beat depreciation because your vehicle that you have now, a year from now, it's going to be worth about the same. Type a $ if you understand that. You beat depreciation. So this, for you guys, it doesn't look like this anymore. Now it looks like this. You lose a little bit every year. If it's worth 8,000 this year, next year it'll be worth 7,500. That's how you beat depreciation, and that's the only time it makes sense to purchase. Unless you're buying Facebook Marketplace cars. I always say that that's a different thing. You're buying Facebook Marketplace cars, that's a different thing. $5,000, $10,000, $7,000 cars, because they're already heavily depreciated. But when it comes to cars that are newer, 5 years, 7 years old, you are in this cycle until you get to where these people are. Now, some of you are saying, Deshone, I'm not keeping a car that long, nowhere near that long. You're the ones who are losing the most because you should be leasing. So step one in my book, Cars from Home, 7 Steps to Saving Time, Money, and Avoiding Dealerships, is the most important question, which is, how many years are you keeping your next vehicle? So those of you who are shopping right now, I want you to answer that. Because now we're going to decide whether we're buying or shopping for a below market lease. Not a commercial lease with everyone overpaying, below market lease, where I'm paying less for my lease than everyone else. I'm getting deals like Charles did. I'm paying $597 a month for a $50,000 vehicle. I'm getting a deal like Zafrina did. She got a 2024 Jeep Grand Cherokee, $65,000 vehicle. She's paying $579 a month, no money out of pocket. Look, Teddy, luxury car, same thing. Teddy got his BMW, $73,000 vehicle. He's paying $856 a month. There's people driving that same BMW he has in this picture. It's a $73,000 vehicle with taxes and fees. It's going to be close to 80. That would be a $1,600 a month payment. Yeah, 80, because that's 30. That would be a $1,600 a month payment for 5 years. He's paying $856 a month because he understands deal structure. So that is the key. Ask yourself, if you're not keeping your next car more than 8 years, you are not shopping for a purchase. You're shopping for a below market lease deal. That is how you're going to keep thousands of dollars and hundreds of dollars every month in your household. Get it? Clear? I think we hammered home that question. Great question. All of this, if you're like, Deshone, how can I get all of this in one spot? I want the blueprint. That's all in my new digital book. It's already 5-star rated on Goodreads.com. We got tons of reviews, people using this. It's called Cars from Home, 7 Steps to Saving Time, Money, and Avoiding Dealerships. We don't go into dealerships to get these deals done. None of these people who I'm showing you are in dealerships making these deals. They are doing the Cars from Home way and making dealers bid while they sit comfortably at home. You get the whole blueprint. You won't pay the $97 price. You can go to my TikTok bio. You'll get 75% off, and it'll be in your inbox by the time we get off this stream. Make sure when you, and in my Instagram bio as well, but it's only for 30 minutes. Once that 30-minute timer hits 0, price goes back up to $97. That's our book launch offer for you. Same thing with Facebook. We got a link right there. You can click. You'll still be able to hear us, so you won't leave. And then on YouTube, we got a link pinned in the comment for you guys. Get the blueprint. It's if you get it for the 75% off, it's $24. And you have thousands and thousands of dollars you will make in keeping your household by using that book. That's not some little cheap ebook. Like, I put 14 years of experience in how I shop and how the people who listen to me shop for leases, purchases, new cars, and pay less than everyone else and get below market deals. So go grab your book, come back to the broadcast, and we'll continue on. Go ahead, Dolan, shoot the next question up, man. Saying, Vic, mid-level luxury vehicles do not change. Whether I'm shopping for a Bentley or a Chevrolet Volt, it's not going to change our process. We are connecting with, in my book, I have a strategy called the 25 to 5, where we connect with 25 dealers online without talking. I have all the email scripts in there because I used to be a car salesperson. Some of you may not know that, but I know everything that they're going to say. And we get 5 offers. So the goal is to get 5 offers, whether you do it manually by calling or whether you do it my way by using my email scripts. You need to get 5 offers because they're going to be major differences. I always say on a normal car, if you don't see a $200 a month difference from your best offer to your highest offer, then you didn't do it right. That's how different the dealers are. So you're going to see some dealers you did business with. They're going to be some of the highest offers. It's going to be like, wow, They told me their best price was $600 a month, but another dealer is paying they quoted me $470. Yes, because their best offer is $600 a month. They're not going any lower than that. It's they're telling you the truth. This is our best offer. It's not the best offer in the market. It's not an offer that our competitor would make. Our competitor would beat this offer by $100, which is why y'all notice they never want to let you leave. That's why we do not talk numbers in the dealership, because once you get there, they throw the showroom shackles on you, have a seat, get you some coffee. Hey, we got some stale muffins over there and some old donuts. Hey, make yourself comfortable. Do not leave. Where you going? Hey, hold on, sit. Can we talk? That's a strategy. That's why everything we do is from right here in our living rooms or at work or in the airport. Anywhere but the dealership is where your leverage is, okay? Doesn't matter what kind of car it is. Same process. All right, go ahead, Dolan. Shoot the next one up. This is Lawrence from YouTube. How do you recover from a past repossession? Well, when they repo your vehicle, you have an outstanding balance in most cases. Let's say you owe 20, they end up selling the car at auction for 15. There's a $5,000 shortfall. That's going to be on your credit. So what I would do is I would call, settle that some way. That's going to need to be paid off for you to get your best deals. You need to settle that. Now I want you to follow Shonda Martin. Some of you may know Shonda Martin. She's just like me, but all she does is credit. Shonda Martin, she's on, I think, every platform we're on right now. She's either under her name or under Road to 750 Plus, Road to 750 Plus, and find out how to get your credit score back up. But I would be taking that seriously. Any money I have, I would be trying to get that repo settled, because when you can make car deals with no baggage, you'll see how great the deals are. That's why I want you guys out of negative equity. Negative equity affects your deals. You know, you can't get, even when you pay, you get thousands of dollars in discounts, that negative equity comes over. Doesn't mean you got a bad deal. You can have a great deal. Man, I saved a huge amount of money on this, but that negative equity comes and your payment's going to be higher than what it could be. And the solution for negative equity is to start leasing. Some of you out there, every single car you get, you have negative equity every time. That's because you were taught never lease. That is the problem. I could tell you how to get out of negative equity, but if you don't know what's causing it, you'll be back in it. Every single car deal, you're paying for your old car and your new car, paying for your old car and your new car, and you're never truly just only paying for the car you just got. Okay? So that's what I would do. Focus on getting the credit right. Inexpensive car until then. Pick up something very cheap. Facebook Marketplace. Find an owner, not a dealer. Owner, someone who has the car in their driveway. They can tell you all about it. Hey, yeah, that's when little Jack, he backed into it. He was playing ball and he dented it back there. They know everything about it. Pick up that car, a couple $1,000s until your credit's right. If I had bad credit and I needed a car, I'd be saving up some money, go private party, pick up something very inexpensive, and then work on my credit. Because the thousands of dollars that you will save by having good credit is well worth you sacrificing getting an older car for now while you work up to that. You get your 700 credit, and then next thing you know, they're like, wait, you went from that old car to a brand new lease? How you do that? I had a plan. We shop with a plan. I want you shopping with a plan. Okay? TikTok, can y'all tap the screen if y'all enjoying what we're talking about so far? Just keep tapping the screen. Keep tapping the screen, Let's go. Let's go. Can we get to 1,000 likes on here? Let's go. Keep tapping the screen. That's what I'm talking about. Appreciate you. Let's go, Dolan. Next question. And shout out to the sharers. Everybody who shared this broadcast with a friend, appreciate it. We cannot get this message out without you. So yeah, we got 2.2 million followers, 2.3 million followers now. But we still can't affect change without you. Every time you tell somebody, hey, follow this channel, man, you got to hear from this. Hey, you car shopper? Here, plug them. No one's going to be mad at you for sharing my channel with them. I guarantee you that no one's going to say, what you share this guy with me for? He's a waste of time. Guarantee you that. All right, let's go. Monique from YouTube. Deshone taught me to lease like a boss, and I graduated in 2023. This is my first time leasing. Follow his blueprint. Thank you. Listen, Monique, thank you so much. That means I want you guys, most of the unlearning is going to be initially about leasing. Now, after that, it's about getting bids. So the hardest part is for you to unlearn the fact, okay, buying versus leasing, and then going to the dealership, which is just programming because you don't like it anyway. So you know, if I'm sitting here and I'm like, listen, I need you to stay here. I need you in your house. I need you staying right here using this computer. Yes, you need to be able to send emails. Some of you may not be familiar on that, but if you can't send emails, then certainly this is not for you because our whole system is about email. I wouldn't recommend somebody who can't, unless you have a grandson or somebody who's like, because I'm telling you, you could bring your daggone 18-year-old in and they'll work the system. Guaranteed. It's not, as long as they know how to send emails, copy and paste, you can have a teenager come in and work this thing. They don't need to be a great negotiator. They need to be able to copy and paste, send emails, copy and paste, send emails, and they'll be able to save you thousands of dollars on this car, trusting our process. Okay? So I want you home, not in dealers. Okay? Which is where you don't want to be in the first place. All right. Thank you so much, Monique. Congratulations. All right. Go ahead, Dolan. All right. Let's go, y'all. Keep the questions coming. We're going to get through as many as we can. Laverne from YouTube. When do I mention that I have the X plan? And can I return my lease to any dealership? You mentioned, okay, it's a couple things that you need to mention to a dealer to even get an offer. And some of you, you're not going to, you've been defensive. That's why your shopping process online hasn't worked. Dealers need to know, and this is for new cars and leases. It's not for pre-owned cars. In my book, we have a different strategy for shopping for pre-owned cars. We're using all the marketplaces. Shopping for pre-owned cars my way is like shopping for something on Amazon. Like we're going to all the marketplaces, we're comparatively shopping, we're narrowing it down, and then we're doing a little verification to make sure we're getting the best deal. That's a different process. New cars, leases, we need to give them things so that we can find out what our best offer is. They need our zip code to factor in tax. They need to know up front, are we a member of any clubs, Costco, whatever, X Plan, for Mercedes, GM Friends and Family, all of these, Mercedes-Benz employee pricing, whatever it is that goes up front. They need to know what cars are in our household. Now, in my book, I have a template. You literally just fill it in. I have something called a quote request template where it has everything there. Boom. And we always tell them assume tier 1. And you fill it in, boom, send it over. They have everything they need to give you an offer. But these are the things I would tell them, Laverne, right up front when I'm reaching out to dealers and I'm giving them the information. Hey, this is what I want. Well, and the first thing we do is really find out if they have a car we want. It's no point in talking to a dealer about, hey, give me a quote. Can I get a quote? I don't even know if you have a car we want. So the first template we use is something I call an initial contact template that we go through their website, let them know what we want, when our deadline is. We need to see. That's why we reach out to 25 dealers. Hey, out of these 25, who even has a car that I'd be interested in? Once we narrow that down, okay, 12 of them do. Now we send out our quote request and we're going to get 5 offers. That's the goal, at least 5 offers. But you tell them that up front. Before you even give me the quote, let me tell you about my X plan because I need to make sure when your quote's in, I'm looking at all the quotes evenly. Now, here's what's important, Laverne. Everyone's not going to give you the X plan price. That's why you must shop multiple offers. And everyone's not going to give you the rebates that they may have. They might have a $3,000 rebate. They don't have to tell you about that. So now it's like, okay, that's why when people ask about invoice price, that's 2005 strategy. It doesn't work because invoice price is not the only thing that makes up a deal. What if you got, I sold the Maybach back in 2016, it had a $20,000 rebate when I worked for Mercedes. $20,000 rebate. Somebody could have came in and said, give me the invoice price. Okay, we're still going to make $30,000. Rebates. There's many things that come into what the total deal is. Now, no guarantee there are rebates, but if there is, we need to know about them. How do we get them? Multiple offers. Because some dealers are going to lie, and when we get at least 5 offers, we'll see, oh, shoot. Oh, look at Sean. Sean bought his F-150 Lightning. If anybody has an F-150 Lightning, type me. Hold on. I'm getting a call. This guy keeps calling me. Hold on. Hold on one second. Anybody has an F-150 Lightning, type me. Oh, I see you. Oh, Vic, you got the book. Congratulations. Monique Hopkins got the book. Congratulations. Use it. Make sure you email me with your success story. And everybody, as soon as you get your book, make sure you screenshot that page, because the book is actually on the thank you page. As soon as you get your book, you can click it, open it, save it, and then there's a support email where you can email my team just in case, because sometimes. Sorry, guys. I keep getting this call, and I got on airplane mode or do not disturb, but I keep getting this call. So I had to. All right. Hold on. Let me get back to my train of thought. See, what was I even talking about? Oh, yeah. Make sure you screenshot the page. So you have the support email, because sometimes you type in your email wrong and it's not going to come. There's no way. We can't send the book to a wrong email. So make sure you screenshot that page. If not, open your book, but save the support team's email just in case, so you can always reach out to them and say, hey, I think can you send me the book? Sandra will get your book right over to you. Okay, and you got everything in one shot. You can use it. And for the people who just jumped on, it's 75% off in my TikTok bio and in my Instagram bio. You won't pay the $97 price. And if you're on Facebook, we have that floating link for you. And if you're on YouTube, we have a link for you in the comments, so you can get your copy for 75% off. All right, go ahead, Dolan. That's what I wanted to show Sean. Before you pull up the next question, look, here's Sean. He got this F-150 Lightning. This is why invoice price doesn't matter. This is why, X plan doesn't matter. It's in combination with multiple offers, because look, he got an F-150 Lightning, $73,000 vehicle. He saved $21,000 on it, but out of that $21,000, $15,500 was rebates rather. And when I asked him, he asked me about this deal, and he wanted to know, was it a great deal, and was it something he should accept? And I said, listen, I haven't seen your other offers. Because again, regardless of how that sounds to you, because some of you like Deshone, 21,000. I mean, isn't that the best? We cannot feel for the best. We can't use that. We have to go by multiple offers, because what if there's a $20,000 rebate on that vehicle, like the Maybach that I sold? That means someone's hiding a little. So this is what he said. He said, I should have put a little more info. I got 15 quotes. He said, I couldn't find anything under MSRP. I ended up expanding my search to 150 miles out. He did this all online, the same way you will if you're using my book. If you want to do it my way. Again, if you want to call around, only ask for sales managers. Do not waste your time with car salesmen. They're going to slow you up. So he said, I'm going to another state to pick this up. So he had to go outside of his state to save 21,000. That's why it's not about going into one dealer and saying, okay, what's the best you can do? Again, that's only one dealer. And if they're overcharging you, which 80% are going to overcharge. You can't, no matter how much you negotiate, their best deal is going to be too high. But that's how it is when you're online, you're empowered, and no one can take advantage of it. Go ahead, Dolan. Next question, brother. All right. Got the book. Congratulations, Thomas. I'm so glad. I see you. Shout out to the people who got your book. Use it. You have my email. These are the questions I like while Dolan's pulling up the next question. These are the things I love. Tiffany writes me in. She said, I believe we got a great deal using what we learned in your book. She got a 2024 Mazda CX-90. It was a $44,820 vehicle from home. She saved $6,530.78. Never left the house, getting multiple bids, relaxing at home. So that's the name of the game. Send me your deal. Don't just send me the picture of the car. Everybody posts pictures of the car. Oh, I had to upgrade. Oh, look, upgraded. They'll never post the numbers. You will be able to post your numbers because you're going to be confident you paid less than everyone else. All right, go ahead. This one's from TikTok. Arcania. I'm sorry, I probably butchered your last name. Ukrainia. How are you? I have a question. My daughter is a student, first-time buyer. They're trying to tell her to lease. Well, forget what they're trying to tell her. It's about what you need to know is going to be good for you. The people who, look, car salespeople are not like financial advisors. Financial advisors are licensed. They have to be fiduciaries. That means if anything happens where they literally take advantage of you, they could lose their license. There's repercussions, consequences, and repercussions. Even with a realtor just can't say anything to you because they're going to make a more commission and you turn around and you pull them before they're bored. They could lose their real estate license, lose their mortgage license, lose their attorney's license. These are all people who are bound. That's why when you ask them for advice, it means something. You can trust it because they're putting their career on the line. You ask car salesmen for advice, hey, what do you think I should do about this? It's always going to be what is in the best interest of them to make a deal. It doesn't matter if it leads to you overpaying. Now, you do have 20% of car salespeople who are brilliant. They care about people. They take this role seriously. They stay in one place 10 years, 15 years. Their reputation matters to them, but that's not most of them. Most of them will bounce around from place to place to place. You go in, hey, I found out Jack overcharged me. I want to see him right now. Hey, Jack no longer works here. My name's Charlie, though. I'll try to get you some help. You're done. So we don't ask car salespeople what they think we should do. That's what I'm here to do. If she's a first-time buyer, I'm gonna give you a scenario. I had a friend of mine, and he was like, once he found out about leasing, remember, my first car was a $500 car. Then I did a buy here, pay here car. This was before I got into the car business. I spent $3,500, got a buy here, pay here car, maybe $4,000. And I gave him a little bit and I paid $50 every week. That was my first car. But once I actually got into the business, I was 22 and I said, okay. Once a friend found out I was leasing, I paid $256 a month for this old Pontiac I had. Well, it was a new Pontiac at the time. He was like, Deshone, what's crazy is I remember my dad took me out to get my first car. I had my job. So he got me a Ford. I forget what type of Ford it was. But he said I was paying like $450 a month. I said, yeah, that sounds about right. But $450 a month on a vehicle on this person, is like, okay, it's first time. That's a good amount of money. Got insurance too, got gas. So he said, man, I probably should have leased back then. I said, well, that depends. If you were going to keep the vehicle at least 8 years, I'd probably get a pre-owned car, something like 15 grand. Try to get something quality, something that was not. See, the key is getting something that wasn't too expensive new. So if you get like a Hyundai Elantra, Honda Civic, any of those compact vehicles that they're only like 22, 23 to 28 new, then you can get an older one, pre-owned. If you use my marketplace strategy, we'll find the least expensive one in the market and the best value. But if you pick up one for a couple thousand, okay, 15 grand, now I got a $300 a month payment roughly, but I'm gonna keep it a long time. It's tough to justify. I would either go one of three routes. And again, I'm not a one size fits all person. I'm a here are the options. Let's talk about what's right for you. You pick from them. One option is inexpensive car, Facebook Marketplace, go pay cash for it. Pick up something from somebody who's had that car for years, you pay cash for it, you're done. Next option is go to the lease route. Inexpensive car, same price range, 22 to 25,000. Shop multiple offers, try to get a payment around 300 and change or less. Then third option is that pre-owned option, depending on how long you're going to keep the car. If you had no plans to keep it a long time, then I would go the route of the lease. That's what I do. Okay. Now I have to jump off. I have a coaching call. I do have people that I coach in my processes. Call starts now, but everything, I will be back. Here's what I would tell you. If you're like, I want everything step by step, Deshone, everything I'm teaching is out of my new book, Cars from Home. So I'm not winging anything. You will see in the book, oh, I remember he said this on the live. I remember he said this on the live. We don't wing the process. I want to give you the process, support yourself, get your book for 75% off. You won't pay $97. If you get there before that timer hits 0, then you can get your copy for 75% off, which is only $24. And you have everything I teach. Below market leases, step by step. How to sell leases, step by step. We didn't even have time to go into that. How to sell below market purchases, below market new car deals, below market used car deals. Everything I teach is in there step by step. And you can get your copy in my TikTok bio, or my Instagram bio, or in the Facebook comments, you'll see the link, or on the YouTube comments, you'll see the link we pinned for you. You'll be armed, dangerous, and you'll be able to relax. I really want you to enjoy car shopping. I want you to look forward to it. Right now, you have so much anxiety, you're scared, you put it off to the last minute. That gets you a worse deal, because literally you're like putting it off as much as possible. Then you go in and you're like, all right, we need a car right now. And you're saying things that are going to make you overpay. Like, I need a car right now. Or, man, I waited till the last minute. Or, oh man, I need a car by the end of the month. My lease is almost up. All of this leads to you paying more, because you're losing your leverage and you're giving your leverage to somebody who you trust. But unfortunately, they're like, okay, if you need a car now, then you can't say no. You can't say no for long. So they throw high prices out there and be like, well, didn't you say you need it now? I mean, you know. So you don't want that. You want leverage. You want confidence. That's what I'm going to give you when you get this book. All right. It's my guarantee. I don't play around. Make sure as soon as you get your purchase, though, screenshot that page. The support email is on there, and you'll be able to contact my team just in case you don't get the book instantly. It usually comes in 3 minutes. But if you type your email wrong, sometimes that happens. You can contact support. They'll get you the book immediately, okay? Use it. Make sure you send me your success stories. I got to jump off. I got to get on this call, all right? God bless you all. Hope you got a lot of value out of this. Take care.